This is Abram Chutes, a neck of fast-moving water between Lake Minnitaki and Abram Lake. In April of 1990, the century-old wooden walkway along the west side of the channel lay partially submerged, as it had since 1985 when unseasonably high water levels and winter ice had ripped sections of it off its cribs. This twisted old walkway was no longer safe, and funds for its repair all but impossible to find. Something had to be done. It's thought that the first walkway along the chutes was built in the mid-1880s. In the absence of roads in those early days, this treacherous stretch of water provided the only navigable link in the Pelican-Abram-Minnitaki lake system. It was a crude floating structure put in place to help commercial fishermen and lumber companies carry supplies to camp and bring goods south to market. The chutes also became a place for holidaying and camping for settlers and natives alike. In fact, recent archaeological examination revealed that the natives had been using the chutes area for centuries. The fishing here was good. Man's fascination with moving water and the commercial benefits offered by this walkway ensured that this spot would remain popular with the local people and tourists alike for many years. Downstream travel was easy, for the old, shallow draft boats could skim easily down the rock-strewn channel, providing a short but exciting ride. However, upstream progress was another story. Heavily laden boats required the use of a rope and winch installed on the shore at the top of the chutes to pull against the current, which at times could flow at over 5 meters per second. Little did these people know that 50 years later, their photograph would survive to mark a major turning point in the history of their favorite picnic spot. Shortly after the First World War, the ice-battered floating walkway was replaced with a more permanent one. This one rested on rock-filled cribs. Soon, outboard motors started to appear, but the early models were too feeble to overcome the force of the rushing water. By the 1950s, motors were powerful enough to travel upstream against the current, but boaters discovered another threat in Abram Chutes: submerged rocks and debris that were to take a heavy toll, broken propellers and shear pins. These rocks, shifted about from year to year by the elements, contributed to a considerable number of accidents and close calls as the seasons passed. In the post-World War II years, commercial use of the chutes faded, while recreational uses boomed. All the while, nature worked relentlessly to destroy the structure as man struggled to maintain it. By 1988, it appeared that nature had won. The Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources, faced with repair estimates of over $20,000, authored an environmental assessment, the results of which led to the decision to remove the entire structure, deck, cribs, and all. The required funds could not be allocated until a final meeting between the regional engineering team from Thunder Bay and the Sioux Lookout District Office in June of 1990. The team studied the aging 450-foot-long walkway and surrounding environment to finalize plans for its removal and replacement. The new one was to be onshore and low maintenance. In the months prior to this, a specially designed 35-ton twin-hulled barge was being built in Sarnia. It was delivered to Sioux Lookout in late August, where it was assembled and certified. The Chutes project was to be its maiden voyage. September 1990. With the tourist traffic past summer peak, the job began. The first undertaking by the engineering team was to establish a quarry site from which rock could be removed to build access roads for the tracked excavator. The quarry and the roads were constructed in such a way as to be invisible to boaters. With barge access to the site, there was no need to establish a base camp, a considerable saving in time and money. The quarry yielded about 25% more rock than needed for the job. This was good for future maintenance. Then a roadway was built along the shore with the freshly blasted rock. It would be from this platform that the excavator would work to remove the old walkway. In 4 days, the whole structure was gone, piled temporarily in the woods. With its removal, the channel became 10 feet wider. The excavator then removed all the underwater debris and boulders, which opened a safe, deep channel 35 feet wide. This allowed, for the first time, 2 boats to pass each other. The Chutes is now wider, deeper, and safer than at any time in its history, with a flat, stony new walkway along its western shore. All that remains of the original wooden walkway are photographs in the holiday albums of those that have visited the Abram Chutes over the years. A selected number of stones from the rapids have been used to build a cairn at the Tourist Information Center in Sioux Lookout. On it is a plaque commemorating the Abram Chutes Walkway, 1910 to 1990, and the restoration of the waterway by the Ministry of Natural Resources. The cairn is dedicated by the Minister of Natural Resources on behalf of the people of Ontario to the many anglers, loggers, and area residents who have traversed these waters.